Hi, and welcome to another edition of the DJ Roscoe Sports Show for this Thursday, December 21st, 2023, coming live from the palatial Black Trolley here in Dallas, Pennsylvania, or technically Kingston, because we're at dance class parking lot, because my daughter's at dance class last day before the Christmas Feliz Navidad holiday break. Hallelujah, hallelujah. My son had his fun Christmas show this morning. That was a great time. He sang with all his heart, loud and proud. My daughter did some Christmas caroling this morning at her school in Dallas. And then tomorrow she gets out half day. And then it's Christmas holiday break and the New Year's break until January 2nd. So they get the next almost 2 weeks off. So very exciting stuff. Hanukkah just ended. But it's okay because we got Christmas. We get to celebrate the best of both worlds. My kids in our house. So we get to celebrate Hanukkah and Christmas. So welcome to another edition of the DJ Roscoe Sports Show. We have Week 16 NFL picks. The season is flying right by. Quickly, before we do that, I want to quickly just jot off a couple of things to talk about. Baseball hot stove, the Yamamoto sweepstakes. Superstar Japanese pitchers won 3 straight Cy Young Awards in Japan. Still hasn't been decided, but we'll know by January 4th, because that's when the 45-day post-in deadline is, where they have to pay the money to his former team. And in Japan, he's 25 years old, superstar, and so he has to go there, or the deadline hits, and then he can't play in the big leagues this year. So it's got to be decided by January 4th. So that's only in 2 weeks. So hopefully it's done before Christmas, and we have an early Christmas present to all us Yankee fans. But hey, he can go to the Dodgers, he can go to the Mets. Who knows? I still think he's going to the Yankees. But if not, hopefully they can pivot and get Jordan Montgomery back in pinstripes. But so Yankees still trying to get Yamamoto. Dodgers, Mets still in there. Phillies even made an offer. So hot stove, Blake Snell, Jordan Montgomery, Chapman, the third baseman of the Blue Jays, is still out there. So we'll see what happens. And of course, the Yankees got Juan Soto and Verdugo. And there's Hader, the star lefty reliever. So we'll see what happens with the hot stove. NBA, basketball has been fun. The NBA in-season tournament ended a little over a week ago in Vegas. Lakers won the in-season tournament. Some people are annoyed that they're hanging a banner. It's not the same as winning an NBA title, but it's still something to celebrate, and LeBron's been celebrating, and a lot of LeBron haters who say Jordan's the best. And I still think Jordan is the best, and Kobe's right up there. They're annoyed that they raised a banner, a smaller banner than the NBA championship banner, but they've been struggling since. I think they've gone 1-4, and they just lost to the Chicago Bulls last night. So the Lakers need to bounce back after their in-season basketball tournament. But that was cool with the different colored basketball courts, and it was fun. It was at stake. They were playing Vegas, $500,000 for each player on the winning team, so that was cool. Hockey, the Penguins play tonight. The Flyers play tonight at home. The Baby Penguins have 2 games to finish out the 2023 calendar year at home. Next Friday at 7:05 and next Saturday at 6:05 at Mohegan Sun Arena in Casey Plaza in Wilkes-Barre in the WB. So NBA, basketball, hockey, all exciting stuff. The Knicks got a nice win over the Nets. They're crosstown rivals last night. The Sixers keep winning. They keep rolling. So basketball, hockey, great stuff. Baseball, hot stuff. All exciting, and we're getting ready before you know it. By around Valentine's Day, it'll be spring training day. Spring training, 98 days from opening day. So hallelujah, hallelujah! We're so excited for baseball to come back. My wife's like, not again. And then I get to coach Luzerne County Community College baseball with the Trailblazers in Nanticoke this year for the first time. So had a good fall season. Now we get ready for the spring season. So a lot of fun stuff to look forward to in baseball and warmer weather as we're in the first day of winter officially today. Later tonight, it's officially winter. So the days will start getting longer, and that's exciting. Before you know it, we'll warm up and not be freezing cold. We'll have baseball, spring training in Arizona and Florida come February. So basketball, we talk baseball, hockey, college bowl games. There's like 1,000 of them. They never end. They're almost every single day. Pretty soon, though, we'll have January 1st, the 14 playoff. Next year will be exciting. Will be the 12-team playoff. But we'll have Michigan versus Alabama. I still think Alabama's going to win the whole thing now that they snuck into the tournament. Alabama and Michigan are going to face off at the Rose Bowl. And then you're going to have Texas and Washington. I think Washington will win that, and I think Alabama beats Washington to win the national championship. And Florida State, especially if they end up beating Georgia, I still think Georgia's going to beat them, and should have had a chance to win a three-peat in the championship, but they lost the SEC title game to Alabama. Florida State's going to try to say we deserve a chance at it as well for the national title. So if they remain undefeated. So college football bowl games, there's a ton of them, and the Yankee Stadium Pinstripe Bowls next week. Penn State plays next Saturday, December 30th at 12 o'clock. An exciting game against Ole Miss, the Peach Bowl, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. So that will be exciting in Atlanta. Tonight in Boca Raton, Florida, you got Syracuse, who's 6-6. But they got their new head coach, Fran Brown, the defensive backs coach from the reigning national champion Georgia Bulldogs, who's been a great recruiter, has been able to get ready, recruit lots of star players, both even in the transfer portal, including the Ohio State quarterback McCord, who's coming to Syracuse. So a lot of exciting things to look forward to. That Syracuse Orange have seem to have a guy who's a great recruiter. Hopefully they can make it work and they'll win some games and everything and take care of business. So Syracuse will play tonight with their interim coach, and they'll play South Florida at the Boca Raton bowl game at 8 o'clock on ESPN. So check that out for all the Syracuse Orange football fans, and after the women's and men's basketball teams played earlier in the day. So busy day for Syracuse Orange athletics. So we talked about that. I also want to quickly say rest in peace to the great Andre Brower, passed away last week unexpectedly at 61 years old after a brief illness. I think I saw her with lung cancer. Great actor, man of a certain age. Homicide detective show he used to do, and of course my favorite, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, for 8 seasons. 9-9 with Andy Samberg and all those hilarious comedians and actors, and he played it up seriously and was still hilarious. So he will always be the Captain Raymond Holt from that show, from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He'll be greatly missed. Just ended that show 2 years ago. The late, great Andre Brower passing away last week. That was a tough one. I still love watching the reruns of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You can watch it on Peacock and sometimes at Comedy Central. So sad that he's passed away. And then new movies. Last weekend, it's still out, making a good amount of money. The new Willy Wonka prequel movie with Timothy Chalamet and Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompas. Oompa Loompa Doopity Doo. That's out for the theaters. In theaters, we will see this holiday weekend. The remake, the musical version of Color Purple from Steven Spielberg and Oprah Winfrey, that comes out on Christmas Day. Ferrari comes out on Christmas Day with Penelope Cruz, Adam Driver, who recently hosted Saturday Night Live, and Shailene Woodley. Aquaman 2, it could be Jason Momoa's last time being Aquaman, because they're rebooting all of DC movies under James Gunn, but should be a fun one. Aquaman 2. Anyone But You should be a funny romantic comedy with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. Iron Claw looks like a great, based on a true story, wrestling movie. Tragic, bittersweet, very powerful story of brothers and a whole wrestling family. Zac Efron's in it. The guy from The Bear, a great show on Hulu, the chef show, The Bear. Iron Claw comes out tomorrow. So a lot of great movies. And then Bradley Cooper directed and starred as Leonard Bernstein. It's in the movie theaters a little bit in select cities. It's on Netflix everywhere. The Maestro came out the other day. And then a great new stand-up comedy special from Trevor Noah, the former Daily Show host, and it's a hilarious comedy special. I just saw it the other day. Check that out on Netflix, and The Maestro's on Netflix as well. So that's all your entertainment stuff. And now we are ready for it. And as late great Heath Ledger said in the Joker in The Dark Knight, and here we go. So, and also Festivus is in 2 days. A Festivus for the rest of us. So watch the hilarious episode, The Strike from Seinfeld, on Netflix or wherever you watch Seinfeld, which I watch every day. It's my lullaby when I go to sleep. Like my wife watched Gilmore Girls and Grey's Anatomy reruns to go to sleep. I watch Seinfeld, even though I've seen them a million times. They're still hilarious. And it is officially going to be Festivus this Saturday, December 23rd. Festivus for the rest of us, as the great Frank Costanza would say. So week 16 NFL schedule, no teams are off for bye weeks this week. So Thursday Night Football starts tonight on December 21st, 8:15 p.m. on Amazon Prime Video with Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit have the call. The New Orleans Saints 7-7 versus the LA Rams 7-7. The LA Rams last home game of the season in La La Land. And I'm going to go with the Rams here. I think the Rams have a little more offensive firepower. Derek Carr has been banged up this year, correct, for the Saints. They've been up and down. I think the Rams, their offense is clicking, and with Cooper Kupp and their rookie receiver doing a good job, Matthew Stafford can stay healthy, Aaron Donald still defensively, Sean McVay, great offensive mind. They're not what they were 2 years ago when they were a Super Bowl champion, but they're also not as bad as they were last year when everyone got hurt and they were straight garbage. They were hot garbage out there. I think the Rams win at home for their home season finale, and they cling on to a wild card playoff spot with just a couple of games left in the season. There's only 2 more weeks left in the season after this week, so it's flying right by. I think the LA Rams win a close one over the Saints. I'll go with 23 to 17. They win by 6 points at home. LA Rams win tonight. Then Saturday we have a doubleheader, a happy Festivus doubleheader of football Saturday, because bowl games are sprinkled in. So now they even have football Saturdays. They had a triple header in the NFL last week. 4:30 p.m. on NBC and Peacock. The Bengals were 8-6, and they keep winning with their backup quarterback after Joe Burrow was out for the season with the unfortunate wrist surgery. The Steelers are at home. They've lost 3 straight games. They're falling apart. They were 7-4, looking great. They lost to the horrible Arizona Cardinals. Then a few days later on Thursday Night Football, they lost to the horrible New England Patriots, 7-6. And then after going up 13-0 to the Colts last Saturday, they fell apart and got destroyed 30-13. The only lucky thing is Mitchell Trubisky has been benched. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So they're going to give Mason Rudolph a chance because Kenny Pickett, I think, is still out with his injury. Hopefully he can come back at some point, but there's only a couple games left after this week. Steelers now, after going 7-4, looking like they were going to go to the playoffs, they're in jeopardy of never mind not making the playoffs, of giving Mike Tomlin his first losing season as a head football coach in the NFL. He is, he's been a winning record every year, or at least 500 every year since he's been there for the last 16 years. So the Steelers, it's a hard one to pick. As much as I want to, I'm rooting for my white Steelers. I hope this pick is wrong, but I'm going to go with the Bengals. The Bengals are the red hot team. And their backup quarterback is playing with a lot of mojo and moxie like Joe Burrow. So I think the Bengals win one. I think it will be close, but I think the Bengals in the end, they pull this one out. I'm going to go with 23. I'll go with 23-18 Bengals over the Steelers. They win by 5, and Steelers continue to fall apart and lose 4 in a row. I hope I'm wrong, but I think even at home in Pittsburgh with Renegade playing, TJ Watt and all the proud Steelers players, I think the Bengals are going to win this one, and the Steelers are going to continue to lose. Bengals find a way to make the playoffs even without Joe Burrow. Then we have, for the 8 p.m. nightcap on Peacock only streaming, the Buffalo Bills 8-6, Nana Fran's Bills at the LA Chargers, who are a dumpster fire. They did finally fire their head coach, Brendan Staley. Long time coming. Should have been fired a long time ago. Justin Herbert's out for the rest of the season, so now they have who knows at quarterback. Chargers have fallen apart. They gave up when they got destroyed last Thursday night by the Raiders. I picked the Raiders to win. I was 11-5 in my picks last week. Would have been 12-4 if the Eagles didn't cough it up to the Seahawks late in that game and made Drew Lock look like a superstar in place of Geno Smith, which he's not, but he looked like that with the Eagles defense falling apart with their new defense coordinator, Matt Patricia. But the Chargers have given up. The Bills are rolling. They just destroyed the Dallas Cowboys at home in Buffalo. They're flying high. Buffalo's going to continue to roll, and they're dangerous if you get in the playoffs. They're alive. They're alive. If Josh Allen doesn't turn over the ball that much, they're running the ball a lot more effectively, and he's not turning over the ball and putting it all on him. They beat the Chiefs and the Cowboys back-to-back weeks. I think the Bills are going to destroy the Chargers in La La Land on Saturday night. I'm going with the Bills 42-10. They crushed by 32 points. The Bills win bigly over the LA Chargers. Then Sunday on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, everyone. 6 early 1 p.m. games. We have on Fox at 1 o'clock, Colts at the Falcons. Colts, I think, will go on the road and beat the Falcons here. They're playing pretty well. They're 8-6, just beat the Steelers last week. Gardner Minshew's playing pretty well, and they've shocked everyone. When their rookie quarterback Richardson went down, you thought the Colts season was over. They have played pretty well, and they're going to persevere and stay in the playoff hunt with just 2 games to go. I think the Falcons just lost to the Panthers, giving the Panthers only their second win of the season with almost no one in attendance. I'm going to go with I don't really trust Desmond Ridder at quarterback. I think the Falcons coach is going to be out the door soon. I think the Colts are going to win. They're going to continue to play hungry. Gardner Minshew, we trust. He's doing a heck of a job. Colts are going to win. I'll go with 30-17. Colts win by 13 on the road in Atlanta, 1 o'clock. And then improved to 9-6. Then 1 o'clock on Fox, the Packers 6-8 after going 6-6, lost to Tommy DeVito and the Giants, then lost to the Bucks. Joe Abrams Bucks, congrats on your win last week. Packers at the Panthers, who finally have their second win of the season. Yay! But the Panthers still, they fired their coach early in the year, Frank Reich. Their rookie quarterback, Bryce Young, I don't know if he's the answer. I think their luck will run out here. I think the Packers, Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur and company will do just enough. I don't really have a lot of faith in the Packers, but in a bad NFC division, NFC conference, they still have a chance to sneak into the playoffs, but I still think they're going to fall short after losing the last 2 weeks to the Bucks, who are a decent team, and a pretty mediocre Giants team. I think Jordan Love and the Packers, perfect remedy, face the stinky Panthers. They're going to have to go on the road to win, but I think the Packers beat the Panthers 27-17, win by 10 points to stay in the playoff hunt and improve to 7-8. Then the Browns at the Houston Texans, 1 o'clock on CBS. Texans won last week, came back with Casey Keenum at quarterback, came back, won in overtime over the Tennessee Titans. CJ Stroud looks like he's still going to be out with concussion protocol. Hopefully he can come back safe and healthy because he had a great rookie season, but it seems to be struggling getting back with a concussion. Got to take that safely with all the great future he has ahead of him. The Browns are 9-5. They keep winning without Deshaun Watson. Correct. Joe Flacco's found the fountain of youth. The defense with Myles Garrett company's playing great. So the Browns, I think they're going to win this game. No CJ Stroud. Casey Keenum was very mediocre last week. Titans probably should have won that game. They blew that game late. Browns have a solid defense. I think they'll bottle up Casey Keenum and the Texans defense. CJ Stroud healthy, I think the Texans win at home, but Browns here are going to go on the road against a backup quarterback, and Joe Flacco will continue his magic. I think the Browns win this one. Might not be ugly like the last few weeks. Sometimes it's looked ugly in their wins, even over the Bears last week. I'm going to go with 23-20. Browns win by 3 on the road over the Texans. Then 1 o'clock on Fox should be a good matchup. The Lions, who were 10-4 and just played a good game last week, they're playing at the Minnesota Vikings, who are struggling to stay in the playoff hunt. They lost last week to the Bengals. They went to McMullen at quarterback after they've benched Joshua Dobbs. I'm going to go with the Lions here. The Vikings, I know it's an NFC North rivalry. The Vikings play them hard, but I think the Lions will beat up on the Vikings. They'll pull away late after the Vikings keep it close. I'll go with 34-24. Lions score a lot of points. Dan Campbell motivates them well. Jared Goff and company in the offense will keep clicking. 34-24. Lions, but win by 10 points on the road in Minnesota to improve to 11 wins and stay in the hunt for that top seed in the first round bye in the playoffs, especially as the Eagles disappointing loss last week. But the 49ers might win out, and that might make everything mute. So they might continue to get the first round bye in the top seed, home field advantage in the NFC playoffs. But the Lions beat the Vikings 34-24. Then we have the toilet bowl, pretty much, because Aaron Rodgers has been activated 53-man roster. Hallelujah. But he will not play because they're out of playoff potential after getting destroyed 30-0 to the Dolphins last week in Miami. Zach Wilson was knocked out with a concussion protocol. He was running for his life. Offensive line didn't even give him a chance to play well after he played great the week before against the Texans. Was AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and Tommy DeVito did in the NFC. So right now, who knows? Trevor Siemian might have to play. Aaron Rodgers is technically activated, but he probably won't play. Maybe they'll give him a ceremonial snap at the end of the season where he can't hurt himself with this horrible offensive line and take a knee, just so they say he technically played in the game. Robert Saleh, who knows, Saleh will, I think they'll keep him head coach, and the GM, Joe Douglas, but this team's falling apart. Maybe they'll give him a year if Aaron Rodgers is healthy to say, let's bring it back and see if Aaron Rodgers can get it done. And Nathaniel Hackett's been struggling over its coordinator. Washington stinks. They also been eliminated for the playoffs. Jets are 5-9. They're eliminated at home in New York, in Jersey, technically, at MetLife Stadium. But everyone was hoping to see Aaron Rodgers for an early Christmas present. Right now, I don't have a lot of faith in this game, but it's just something in my mind says the Jets will find a way to give their fans a little hope. I might be delusional. Might be a lump of coal for Christmas, like we had all season, how bad the Jets were, and Aaron Rodgers going after just 4 plays, 75 seconds of the season. Who would have thunk that? 40 years old. I think the Jets find a way to win this game. I think it's going to be ugly. I'm going to go with one of the lowest scores imaginable, 9-6. The Jets win by a field goal, 9-6, with Greg the Leg Zuerlein. Defense finds a way to get it done, keep the game close against a bad Washington team. Sam Howell's a decent quarterback. Jets win 9-6 in the toilet bowl to prove to 6-9. And then the last early 1 o'clock game, the Seahawks, who had the great comeback victory. Who knows if Geno Smith will be healthy, if Drew Lock will be a quarterback or not. They're 7-7. Kept their playoff hopes alive. They go on the road to the Tennessee Titans, who are 5-9. This one is a tough one to call. I'm actually going to go with the Titans here. 1 o'clock game early for the West Coast team. The Seahawks have been up and down this year, especially if Geno Smith can't go. Drew Lock has been very inconsistent. I'm not totally drinking the Kool-Aid here. I'm going to say the Titans, even being eliminated from playoffs, as long as Derrick Henry keeps running the ball, Will Levis is getting better at quarterback, and Vrabel, their head coach, is a proud head coach from the Bill Belichick coach tree. He's not going to get embarrassed on their home field. I think the Titans win a close, ugly game. I'm going to go 20-17 Titans over the Seahawks, and the Seahawks playoff hopes after looking great after beating the Eagles, I think will take a major hit in this game. Then there's a trio of late afternoon 4 p.m. games, 4:05 on CBS, the Battle of Florida. Sorry, Joe Aber, I think your Bucs have a chance if Baker Mayfield plays lights out like he did with a perfect game he played at Lambeau Field against the Packers last week. They have a chance. I really am rooting for Baker Mayfield. I think he's doing a heck of a job with the Bucs, really earning his keep. But I think the Jaguars, as long as Trevor Lawrence is healthy, they find a way to right the ship. They've lost 3 in a row. They're now in danger of not even making the playoffs because after being 8-3, they've fallen apart, losing 3 in a row, and now they're tied with the Texans and the Colts, who are also 8-6. But I think the Jaguars are just a little bit better. They'll find a way to win on the road in Tampa, still in the state of Florida. I'm going to go with the Jaguars. Close game, though. Buccaneers definitely can pull off the upset, and the Buccaneers are still clinging on for playoff hope, especially in that bad NFC South division. I'm going to go with the Jaguars. 23-20, late field goal beats the Bucs in the Battle of Florida to stay in control of the AFC North, in the AFC South division for the Jacksonville. Then the Cardinals at the Bears, 4:25 on Fox. I'm going to go with the Bears to throttle the Cardinals because Kyler Murray's just doing okay. Cardinals stink. I like James Conner, the Pittsburgh native, but the Cardinals stink. And the Bears, they're a proud team. Justin Fields is playing to try to prove to the Bears or some team that he deserves to be a starting quarterback, and DJ Moore's still out there for all the fantasy football players out there who are trying to do well in their playoffs for fantasy football. I think the Bears, they beat the Cardinals. I'm going to go with 26-13. They win by 13 at home in Chicago. Then the last of the 4 o'clock games, probably one of the games of the day and of the weekend, the Cowboys at the Miami Dolphins, 4:25 on Fox. Check out Hard Knocks, in-season Hard Knocks on HBO Max every Tuesday. I just had an episode this Tuesday, and then they had the last ever episode of Real Sports with Brian Gumbel, which was great. I'm going to go with the Dolphins here. I know the Cowboys are going to be mad as heck, not going to want to take it anymore. They haven't beaten a lot of great teams. The Dolphins haven't beaten a lot of great teams, but they have a lot of offensive firepower. The Cowboys just got embarrassed on the road to Buffalo. Even though they're going to be comfortable, a lot of Cowboy fans will be in Miami. I think the Dolphins, Mike McDaniel, and get those Dolphins and that offense firepower, especially if Tyreek Hill can come back healthy. He was out last week with the ankle. If he can come back healthy and Tua stays healthy, the Cowboys could be in for a long night. I think the Cowboys are going to put up some points. See if Dak Prescott turns the ball over. See if the Cowboys could recover after getting embarrassed on the road in a cold, wet Buffalo last week. I think the Cowboys are going to play tough, but I think the Dolphins win a high-scoring shootout. I'm going to go with 34-31 Dolphins at home, win by 3 points in Miami over the Cowboys, as the Cowboys are still trying to find a way to get over the Eagles to win that division title. As the Eagles, I know they've been struggling, but if they win out twice against the Giants and against the crappy Arizona Cardinals, they still win the division title and get the home field advantage. They won't get the first round bye unless the Niners lose now, but they still had a decent chance to at least get the home field first round game and not have to go on the road like the Cowboys might have to do, and they get the division title as long as they can right the ship and beat the Giants twice and the Arizona Cardinals. But I think the Cowboys schedule the rest of the way is a lot tougher than the Eagles. They have to play the Dolphins, and then they have to this Sunday, and then they have to play the Lions, who are a tough team. So I go with the Dolphins winning a high-scoring shootout, 34-31 over the Cowboys. Then we have Sunday Night Football is a little different on Christmas Eve night. It's going to be on NFL Network at 8:15 p.m. The stinky New England Patriots at the Denver Broncos, still holding out to their playoff hopes with Sean Payton's defense is playing better. Russell Wilson, at times has looked amazing, back to the old Russell Wilson from the Seahawks great days, championship days. At times he's struggled, but the Broncos still are a way better team than the Patriots at home in Denver, mile high air. Patriots aren't going to be able to do anything. Patriots got embarrassed pretty much every week, and they played tough for a little while until the Chiefs finally smacked them around last week. I think the Broncos crushed the Patriots, giving an early Christmas present to their Denver fans, keeping the playoff hopes alive. I'm going to go with 31-17. They win by 2 touchdowns. Broncos over the Patriots. All right, and then on Monday for Christmas Day, we have a triple header of NFL football on Christmas Day. 1 p.m. on CBS, the Raiders at the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 9-5 after beating the Patriots last week. And the Raiders Raiders actually embarrassed the Chargers last Thursday on Thursday Night Football. But the Raiders aren't that good, and they play the Chiefs tough. But I think the Chiefs at home, Taylor Swift will be there rooting on her man Travis Kelce for Christmas Day. I think the Chiefs and Pat Mahomes will get it done. Andy Reid and company. Raiders play them tough. Chiefs pull away late in the game, win 27-17 over the Raiders to have a better, looking like closer and closer to win another division, AFC West division title. Then 4:30 p.m. on Fox, we have the NFC East division rivalry, big time game. Giants 5-9 after getting embarrassed by the Saints last week. Tommy DeVito got exposed a little bit. Hopefully he gets it done. Him and his crazy looking agent. Everyone keeps joking, looks like a Sopranos character, but hey, it's fun stuff. And they had the whole pizza thing where the mom and pop pizza place, and they were fighting over, he was big timing for appearances fees. Well, hopefully that works out. But the Eagles have lost 3 in a row after going 10-1, won a lot of close games against the Chiefs and the Bills, and now they got crushed by the 49ers, crushed by the Cowboys on the road, and then lost late to the Seahawks when they should have won that game. Eagles need to win this game desperately. I think they'll play with desperation at home in Philly, so the Eagle fans will turn on them on Christmas Day. Jalen Hurts, I know it's not 100%. He's still a little banged up. I think the Eagles will find a way to get it done against a mediocre, limited Giants offensive team. Don't want to keep them in the game for too long. It's time to be on the Giants. They won't blow you out, but they can, if they keep them in the game close like they did against the Packers a couple weeks ago, they can find a way to win that game late on a field goal. I go with the Eagles. They pull away late. I'm going to go with 27-13. They win by 2 touchdowns. Eagles over the G-Men, over the Giants. Prove 11-4 and get back into the NFC East driver's seat in the division. 2 games to go. And then last but not least, could be another great game of the day and game of the weekend and game of the year. Could be a possible Super Bowl preview that we'll see in Vegas, I think, for Super Bowl 58 on Sunday, February 11th. But you get to see it a couple months early, 8:15 p.m. to wrap up your Christmas night with, after all the NBA exciting basketball action you'll see on Christmas Day. ESPN, ABC simulcast, 8:15 p.m. I think you also have the Eli and Peyton Manning simulcast as well. Ravens 10-4 right now have the number 1 seed, first round bye in the AFC. 49ers 11-3 have won 6 in a row after being 5-0, losing 3 in a row and won 6 in a row. They are in the driver's seat to get the number 1 seed in the first round bye in the NFC. It's not the top 2 teams, only the top team. This one can go either way, but I'm going to go a little advantage to the 49ers at home. Get it done. Strong defense. All the offensive weapons they have. Christian McCaffrey. Brock Purdy has a long list of weapons to throw to. Deebo Samuel, Ayuk. As long as they stay pretty healthy. I know the Ravens, they're tough. Lamar Jackson and company, they're legit. And they have a great field goal kicker, Justin Tucker. And the Ravens' offense and defense is rock solid. But I still think the 49ers are just a little better. Just a little bit. But I think this could be a possible Super Bowl preview. I'm going with the 49ers to win 27-24 in a close, hard-fought, exciting game for every football lover out there. They win by 3 points. So again, my Week 16 NFL picks starting tonight on Thursday Night Football are Rams over the Saints, Bengals over the Steelers, unfortunately. Bills crush the Chargers on Saturday. And then Sunday we have Colts over the Falcons, Packers over the Panthers, Browns over the Texans, Lions over the Vikings, Jets over the Washington, the toilet bowl, Titans upset the Seahawks, Jaguars beat the Bucs, Battle of Florida. Sorry, Joe Aber, but I'm hoping your Bucs and Baker Mayfield pull the upset. I like Baker Mayfield. The Bears crush the Cardinals. Dolphins win a close one against the Cowboys. Great matchup. Broncos crush the Patriots bigly on Christmas Eve night. And on Christmas Day, Chiefs crush the Raiders. Eagles beat up on the Giants. And the 49ers just barely beat the Ravens on Christmas Day. So we'd love to hear what you say. Take two gami the more. It is not the tuma. It is that nature. We love to hear your picks. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. Cookie starts with C. Cookie starts with C. So those are my Week 16 NFL picks. Love to hear from you. And quickly, we wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll be back next week for our last show of the year of the DJ Roscoe Sports Show with 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. It'll be our Season 8 finale as we start Season 9 in January of 2024. So very exciting stuff. And to wrap things up with my beautiful wife, Abby, Lorelai, LJ, I love you guys all heart. I love each and every one of you guys for listening each and every week to DJ Roscoe Sports Show, all you loyal fans and listeners and viewers. I'm saying, Feliz Navidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Prospero años felicidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Have a great Christmas. Don't get overstressed with all the presents and all the preparations. I know my wife is doing so many amazing things. I love her with all my heart. She's doing such great things as we're hosting Christmas this year. Have a great Christmas. Be happy. We're more like we are different. Let's stay together. Have a great, happy, and safe holiday season. And we'll keep it locked. DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Your home for all your favorite sports and entertainment talk right here on DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Have a great weekend. Have a happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. And bye-bye.